we have to start with Issam Abdallah, who is a Lebanese journalist who was working for Reuters, who got murdered by the Israelis working on the border. He was with a number of other journalists, photojournalists, one of them, Christina Assi. We're going to talk about it in a few moments. He was killed. Here was a post by MTV Lebanon. الصورة الأخيرة للزميل عصام عبد الله الذي استشهد اليوم أثناء تغطية القصف على جنوب لبنان وقد نشرها قبل حوالي ساعة من استشهاده. Half my Instagram turns out knows Issam. A lot of people I know were sharing very heartwarming stories about Issam on their Instagrams. Here's another photo of him on the ground doing his work. I never met Issam. I honestly never heard of him before this, but instantly you feel connected to that person now. You hear all these stories and all these like emotional stories. Reuters dropped this statement without ever naming Israel, which is very common for them. So this is a statement from Reuters. We are deeply saddened to learn that our videographer, Issam Abdallah, has been killed. By who? Issam was part of a Reuters crew in southern Lebanon who was providing a live signal. A live signal of what? We are urgently seeking more information, working with authorities in the region, and supporting Issam's family and colleagues. Reuters journalists Tahir al-Sudani and Mahir Nazih also sustained injuries and are seeking medical care. Our thoughts are with their families at this terrible time. So this was a very wishy-washy statement from Reuters.
But why were they pushing out? No.
Because they don't want to piss off whoever, maybe they're funding, bro. Whoever's funding them is probably, there's a lot of lobbies or, I don't know. I'm not qualified. Listen, no. They constantly, the international media is always very hesitant to ever condemn Israel. They never say Palestinians, like they said Palestinians are killed. You know what I mean? But who killed them? But when Israelis die, they're murdered by Hamas. When Palestinians die, they've just been killed. They just died randomly. There was AFP that kind of released something that was ridiculous. Like, breaking Israel army, very sorry for the journalist death in Lebanon, spokesperson. We're so sorry. Update. We're very sorry for the journalist death. Military spokesperson Richard Hecht told reporters when asked about the killing of the Reuters videographer on Friday. The Israeli military did not acknowledge responsibility, however. The Israeli enemy fired a rocket shell that hit a civilian car belonging to a media team, leading to the death of Issam Abdallah, a Reuters journalist, and wounding several others on Friday, the Lebanese army said on Saturday in a statement. Jordan Peterson had a disgusting tweet. He had a bunch of disgusting tweets last week that we kind of looked at. So CBC News wrote that Reuters journalist Issam Abdallah was killed and 6 others were injured Friday when an Israeli shell landed among a group of international journalists near South Lebanon. This is Jordan Peterson's quote tweet. You have absolutely no shame, CBC, and the sooner you're defunded, the better. It sickens me to have any of my tax dollars devoted to your propagandistic woke news, your terrible and oh so subtle sins of omission, your outright lies. So fuck Jordan Peterson. In case Jordan Peterson, hey, the thinker, the great thinker. This is the marketplace of ideas, Yanadim. The great marketplace of ideas. I had some Jordan Peterson stuff. Where were they? These were some of his tweets last week. Give him hell, Netanyahu. Enough is enough. This was another tweet when Victorian socialists tweeted solidarity to the Palestinian resistance. Jordan Peterson tweeted, "You murderous anti-Semitic rats." So yeah, fuck Jordan Peterson. If you guys like him, I don't know who would.
You shouldn't.
Our thoughts are with Issam's family, his friends, the people who know him. I don't really know what to say. He was murdered by the Israeli regime and the illegal occupying force. So there was someone else that was also injured. Her name is Christina Assi. She is a photojournalist. Here is a picture of Christina. I've actually been following Christina on Twitter for a very long time, and we follow each other on Instagram. She actually watches this show, which she survived. She's injured. She's in the hospital right now. She got a bunch of surgeries today. I keep hearing that they're fighting hard to save her legs, which is scary to think about. But so when we went on vacation about a month ago, she actually sent me this DM. I've never met Christina, by the way. We've only spoken online. She said, "We will miss you guys. Thursdays aren't fun with the podcast." I think she meant to say without the podcast. But it It was a very sweet message to get from her. And as soon as I heard that she was hurt, I thought about this message and I went and I wanted to just look at it because I take a lot of these messages for granted sometimes. And these guys know how much I complain about, like, sometimes like low views or like, no one cares about this podcast. And I get messages like this and I take them for granted. Well, never again. Especially this one. This is probably now the most cherished direct message I have from basically one of you guys, you know, one of our viewers who's currently lying in a hospital bed. Sorry. Here is a headline. Journalists wounded after Zionist regime strikes targets their positions in Lebanon. She is alive as of now. This is a very difficult photo to look at. This is one of our viewers lying on the floor, you know, because of the Israeli army. So I think it's important to look at that. This was a video that Christina released on her Instagram just a few moments before they got hit, just to show that the press was clearly clearly marked. They were far from any action, any danger. Look at them standing there. There was no reason to attack them. There was no reason to hit them. Obviously, this was a deliberate attack by the Israeli military. Sorry if I'm a little bit all over the place, guys. There were calls for blood. She's doing so she had a surgery today. I have some updates. Her friend, a good friend of Christina, Romy Boulos, has been providing me with updates on Instagram, asking me to share some messages, like to get blood donations for Christina and stuff. And I have a couple of updates from her, starting with this one right here. So she had a surgery today on Tuesday, as of this recording. She says she's been stable and still critical, therefore is in the ICU. She has been improving hour by hour, and she is fighting hard and is so strong. Many people have been donating blood, which is incredible, and these will be needed for the upcoming operations in the next days/weeks ahead. So Christina is not out of the woods in any way, shape, or form. You know, she still has a lot to go through. But so far, it's looking good, hopefully, fingers crossed. So I asked about her legs and if there was any risk of losing them. She said, yeah, as her legs were badly injured, they're doing their best to repair everything. Alhamdulillah, so far so good. And then she just added this, which kind of broke me again. She said, you know, it was always our thing to chill and watch your videos every week together. It's nice of you to mention her and tell everyone what a hero she really is.
You are. Anjad.
Yeah, no. Akid la, bro. She's the hero, man. This is, the fact that she watches this show, we are not worthy of her viewership. That's what I'll say. So, anyways, I don't want to, this is getting, sorry. I looked through the DMs to see if there was if she ever mentioned anyone that she, not hated, but like, you know, who does Christina really dislike? You know what I mean? So I found this message. She's like, are you going to discuss Noor Arida? I said, yes, ma'am. Then the next day she had sent me a video. So we're going to, guess what? We're going to talk about Noor Arida. This one's for Christina.
She's been very cringe.
Yeah, so Noor Arida posted this a few days ago.
Oh my God.
She tried to do I'm not taking sides. Can I get some tissue from over there, please? Yeah. She said, I'm not taking sides. So she said, no child on earth, no matter where they come from, no matter what nationality they hold, and no matter what their religion is, should endure any sort of violence. Of course, Noor, we agree, but what children are you talking about? The moment this happens means we as adults have failed them. If you do not feel the same as a human being, it's time to ask yourself, what is wrong with you? Children everywhere are innocent. So Honi, she basically said nothing. This whole paragraph to say absolutely nothing. She didn't condemn anything. She didn't condemn anyone. Children shouldn't be hurt. Oh, wow, thank you. I did not know that. Did you know that? No one should harm children? Then she posts this. I think بعد السحسوح. My 8-year-old daughter, who knows that the Middle East is suffering since she sees us watching the news and talking about it, just asked me, why don't they play rock, paper, scissors instead and see who wins? This way, nobody gets hurt, mommy. She didn't say mommy at the end, but I know. That's how innocent children are. That's how far children are from violence. And this shows you how monstrous adults are. Around 1,000 children died in Gaza until now. Look, bravo, Noor, isn't that fucking hard? I repeat, children everywhere, Honi, she's going back to the point earlier, everywhere, no matter their nationality, religion, and race, deserve to live peacefully. So, hey, بعد السحسوح, بعد ما أكلت, why aren't you taking a more stance? That's what she did. A lot of these celebrities, I get they're in a tricky position. They have sponsors, they work with brands. A lot of these brands either have affiliations with whatever. It's complicated. Internationally, In my opinion, don't say anything. If you want to say something, either say something and take a stand, or don't say anything at all. You know what I mean? Again, what I always say, when you try to please everybody, you end up pleasing nobody. Take a stance. You might piss some people off. Best you're going to earn, I think, a little bit more respect. Before we move on, so Christina, God bless you. We're with you. We love you. Thank you for watching the show. We hope you get to watch our show again. I hope to get to meet you in person sometime.
You're
Goddamn
a superhero.
You're like superhero doesn't even begin to describe the person. This was her first mission, Kim, and I heard this was her first mission. So for this to happen, we love you. You're so brave. Keep fighting. We got you. Whatever you need, we got you. If the Israeli army wants to come for you, they're gonna have to go through us first. I'm telling you that. So let's go.
Support for everyone covering, mainly journalists covering.
Anjad,
تحت الأسف.
this makes you appreciate journalists in a way that I frankly did not before.
Agreed.